everybody, it's Elizabeth from Fern Stickers, and I am here to plan the week of August 16th. This is back to school week for me, so I'm using the back to school kit from my shop. So I'm planning in my A5 Daily Duo, so I have a lot of pieces from that specific kit. I do pre-print my habit trackers onto these bottom boxes, and I also have some quarter boxes from the regular 1.5 inch weekly planner kit. And I also have a bunch of custom scripts that I make for myself. But I do offer custom scripts. You can go to my shop and order scripts too. I should warn you, it is possible I will get cut off in this video. My large memory card, I accidentally took it to work and then left it at work. My work computer now has a USB-C, and I only have one USB-C adapter, and I was using it for too many things at once. And yeah, I had my memory card stuck in it, and I took it to work because I needed to use it there. Oops. There we go. And then I left it at work. So that was an accident, and so I'm using a smaller memory card and really hope it will last. So anyway, that's a whole lot of preamble. So I'm going to lay down my base and kind of chat to you about what's going on, and then I'll go back through day by day and fill things in. So this weekend has been kind of unusual because Brian, my husband, has had to work pretty much all day yesterday, and today is Sunday, and he's been at work all day today. He left before I got up this morning, so I haven't seen him. He works at a factory, and they do a couple times a year, they do planned maintenance where they shut down the plant and work on projects that they can't do when the factory is up and running. And this week is one of those weeks. So it's just a lot of long hours and everybody's hands on deck to get things done. So he has been working. I've missed seeing him when there's weeks like this, because he also was working a lot of long hours earlier in the week too. So I have not seen him very much this week, so I certainly missed that. But it's been it's been good though, because I needed some time this weekend to work on getting things cleaned up and reorganized in my office, because essentially now what used to be my office and then it used to be like my craft room and my this did not cut very well on this edge, so I'm using scissors to finish getting this out. That is unfortunate. Anyway, so this used to be my work from home office and my craft room and all kinds of things, and now it is pretty much just Fern Creek Stickers headquarters. And I'm gonna have, starting this week, it'll really be other people doing the work for me, and I'll have my full crew of people coming to work. So I needed to get some stuff rearranged in here and kind of take my personal stuff out and make it more of a workspace for them, and stuff to extra supplies. Right now we're kind of hiding all over the house, and Brian was joking about it, but it's kind of true. It's not really a joke, like that, oh, if you're looking for this thing, it's under this bed, and if you're looking for that thing, it's in this closet, and things have been all over. So I got another shelving unit and moved all of the extra supplies into one place, because in the past people would just ask me, oh, where's more of this, and I would go find it. So getting things organized. And I also this week I ordered a second F-Mark, so that's the automated cutting machine that I got one a few months ago, and it's been working really well. And we were making one work because we've been using one for a while, and that has worked out really well. But really, I think 2 is what we need right now for the size of the business. We don't need quite the capacity of 2, but that's going to help a lot. So I ordered a second one several weeks ago, and it has shipped and should be here this week. So I also needed to rearrange things to make space for that. And I will do an office tour. I've never done an official office tour video, so I will do one once the second machine comes and I have everything set up. And we should be moving, hopefully, I guess I've been saying a month or 2 for a long time, but hopefully within a month or 2 we should be moving to our new house. And then I'll do another office tour video once I have stuff set up there with a lot more space. But I think you'll be interested to see how we are making the most of our space here. But yeah, anyway, this is classes start on Monday, although I teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I don't actually, school doesn't really start for me until Tuesday, but this is back to school week, and so I will be relying on my team to keep Fern Creek running, and I'll still be very involved in stuff and checking on what they're doing, and I'm able to work from home some, although right now it's a little hard for me to work from home because like they need to be in the space that I could work from, but I can make it work. So I'll work from home some, so I'm around if they have questions and I can check in on things, but I will also be working from the office some, and they will be running things. So I feel good about my crew and how trained they are, and yeah, but it's a little bit hard. I like to be in control of things, but you know, that I realized, you know, very quickly, like if I was going to grow and scale this business, at the end of the day, I can't do it all, and I can't be in control of everything. So I do have to relinquish control, and that's not the easiest thing to do, but like I really have to do it, and I feel good about the people that I have hired. And I'm really fortunate because I live in a college town. Everybody who works for me is a student, although I guess three are students at the university here where I work, and the fourth is, he's doing an online MBA, so he's in a little bit of a different position. But I'm really fortunate because I'm able to get really good employees, and I pay them well. I pay them way better than any other student job would pay them. So I'm able to get really, really good workers, and yeah, so I'm very fortunate in who I have working for me, and I feel really good from having worked with them and shown them kind of what goes into everything. So yeah, so it's definitely good. I feel good about what I was able to do this summer, but it's also going to be a big change, not like, especially after the summer, like I was like just working on Fern Creek and running the day-to-day of stuff, and now I won't. But I think one of the things that's been good too about realizing that I've got to get things, what happened to my, I thought I had pulled 5 of these work scripts, but either I didn't or one is stuck to me somewhere. I will have to grab some more later. That's okay. Anyway, but one of the things that's been good about having people working for me and delegating stuff, it makes me I've been wanting to get ahead on things and more on top of things for a long time, but I haven't, but now I really have to. So I feel really good that I've got, like, releases are planned out for a while now, which they hadn't been. So I'm getting further ahead on stuff, and because that's ideally where I'd like to be, that, you know, because right now everything is made before release, but we finish like the day before, and I would like that to be, I would like to have stuff done at least a week before, maybe a couple weeks before, so that we've got things like sitting and prepped and all ready to go. So that is something that we're not quite there yet, but we're in more of a position to do, and especially once we get the second cutting machine, that'll help a lot. So yeah, so back to school week. This past week I had, on Thursday and Friday, I had a lot of meetings about back to school stuff, and it is kind of weird right now with COVID and everything. You know, somebody pointed out that this is the 3rd school year we've been dealing with COVID, and, you know, and obviously we're just starting this one, and in 2020 we were only impacted for a few months, but it just illustrates the ongoing uncertainty. And I probably shouldn't say too much about this, because again, you can figure out where I work pretty easily, but I have not been super impressed with our administration through this whole thing. And especially now, they're really like pretending like COVID is done and doesn't exist anymore. And that's kind of frustrating. And I understand that at some point, you know, things do need to go back to normal, and I understand that there is a lot of financial and parental pressure, but I think that there are some things that they did that are pretty easy to keep doing, that they're like, nope, we're done with that, we don't need to. So it could be an interesting, oh, I put this in the wrong place. It could be an interesting semester, we'll see. But at the same time, like last year, the students were savvy enough that they would go get COVID tests in other towns nearby, so the numbers did not count towards our numbers locally. So who knows, we will see. But it's just, I think it's more just the uncertainty, and that especially for planning my classes, teaching online, especially last fall, was really not a good experience because I was teaching a really big class online, and it just didn't work well. It's a class that students struggle with in the best of times, so it was not great online, and so I don't like, I'm torn because I don't want to teach online. I'd much rather teach in person, but it's a question too of like what's really, you know, what's safe, what's practical, etc., etc. So anyway, let's see, what else has been going on? Well, I'm still playing Stardew Valley, although I'm not making as much progress. I started playing it on vacation and I was able to play a lot, and I'm not making as much progress anymore, but it is an incredibly fun game. I have really been enjoying playing that. And in my book club, we just finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Look, I didn't pull enough home scripts either. I don't know what I was thinking, so I will just go back and add those in after I finish the plan with me. So we finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which was really good, and the ending, well, I won't say anything about the ending, but I highly recommend the book, and now my book club has to figure out what we're going to read next. We've got a few contenders in mind. We have joked about, we read before Addie LaRue, we read another book where a character makes a Faustian bargain, so we've kind of joked about how we just need to become the book club that reads books about Faustian bargains. Okay, and I also realized here, I don't need to divide this into 3 because I'm not going to do work stuff on the weekend, so I can get rid of that. And our house is still moving along, not super fast, but it is moving. This week they finished getting all the tile laid. Sorry about that. As predicted, my memory card filled up and I had to stop and erase it and come back. So thank you for your patience and my apologies. I will make sure that I have my regular card back in the future. Anyway, so I was talking about our house. So they've got all the tile laid. It's not grouted yet, but they should do that this week. And they're working on, we're going to have some beams in our living room that they should be working on this week. They've started working on getting the wood finished for those, but they are not up yet. And what else are they going to be doing this week? Or what else have they done? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, they poured the concrete pad for our driveway. We don't know for sure if we're going to have a full driveway yet. Our driveway is going to be super long. It's like a 300-foot long driveway, and the original price we were quoted was pretty ridiculous, but I think we found someone now who can do it for a more reasonable price. We will find out. Alright, so now I'm going to go back through and fill in day by day what I have going on. Alright, so, and you will see here, I do already have a couple to-dos filled in because this is one of the things I love about the Daily Duo, because when I was using like a vertical or hourly planner, I would just have to put this stuff on a sticky note and then I could go fill it in later. But here, this was stuff that like based on emails or commitments I made to other people, I already knew I would need to do these things. So it was easiest to just go ahead and fill them in and put them in the to-do list. So there are some things in here already. So Monday will be, it's a lot of administration and class prep stuff. Got one syllabus that I need to finish still. I've taught the class before, but I got some materials from a colleague who's taught it more recently, so I want to take a look at what she has and make some updates. And then I will be doing, I got to 3,000 followers on Instagram, so I am going to do a giveaway, and I'll be posting about that. Then, and I guess I don't have anything scheduled for Monday. It'll be a pretty quiet day, which is nice, and I will go running on Monday. And then for Fern Creek stuff, I really don't have a sense of what I'll need to do because I'll have my crew here working and doing things, and I'm not quite sure. So this will definitely get filled in as I go. And same for home tasks. There's nothing, I think there's only like one thing that really has to happen this week, so I'll be filling in more of that as the days go on and I know what kinds of things I need to do. Then for Tuesday, I'll need to prep. I'm teaching a night class and I'll need to get that prepped. I have the lesson from the last time I taught it and it's pretty close to what I want, so it's not going to take a lot of time to do that. Then Tuesday is going to be a busy day in terms of stuff going on. So I've got a Zoom meeting with a prospective student. Then I have office hours. And then I teach. And then I have Bible study. Bible study, fortunately, it's the church it's at is really close to the building where I teach that class, so it actually works out really nicely. Everyone in our Bible study is associated with the university, so we had to make it work around everyone's oh, I didn't make a sticker for that. Around everyone's teaching schedules, and yeah, it works out nicely. And I mean, I like getting out. That's one of the things. I like walking around campus and having a break to get out and get in the sun and walk during the day. So that'll be nice. After teaching, I'm always a little bit, I can't like sit down and do things that require thought right after I teach. So that'll work out really well. And then I will teach again in the evening. So yeah, that'll be a pretty busy day. And oh yeah, and I'll also have content going up. And again, like with everything, I'm working on being able to get ahead on things and getting more stuff scheduled ahead of time. Because when I try to do things, I've just learned, yeah, one of the reasons that I fall behind with social media is just when I try to do things the day of, it just doesn't happen and things come up and I forget. So getting things scheduled ahead of time helps me a lot. Then on Wednesday, I have a dentist appointment. Shoot, and I just released dentist appointment stickers and I forgot to pull out a sheet for myself, so I will need to do that. And then in the morning, I will go running. Okay, and that's what's scheduled there. I'm gonna do that. Got some other writing I need to do. I didn't do very much writing this summer, so I've got a few projects I really need to get back on now. And then one of the things with teaching a grad class is there's a lot of reading for it, and I need to, it's been a couple years since I've taught it, so I need to do the reading, so I really need to spend time doing reading every day. And then I need to make sure we pay our construction loan. And prep my class for Thursday. And we also, one of our friends has a conflict for game night on Wednesdays now, so we need to figure out when we're gonna do game night. All right. And then on Thursday, I will have class again. And then I'll have office hours forever. I'm trying something new this semester, and I'm going to have some group office hours. So like I'll have some office hours that are in my office and are like, if you want to come talk about your grade or accommodations or something personal, you know, come to those. But I found that one of the most productive things is when I get a bunch of students together talking about the course content. So I'm going to try holding group office hours in like a loungy area in the library this semester and see how that goes. And if the COVID situation gets better, I'll bring cookies and it'll be kind of a chill situation. But I'm hoping students will come to that because I think that it's really helpful for them when I can get them talking to each other about the content. And then Thursdays are a yoga day. And then the mystery kits will go live. And this time I saved my video with the July mystery kit reveal, and I'll post that the day the August kits go live so that you can see what the format is for the mystery kits and be reminded about that. But yeah, I really like the mystery kit for this month. I try to save good stuff to put in the mystery kits. Alright, so what do I need to do? Yeah, I've got all these Zoom interviews that I did in the spring and over the summer, and I need to get those organized in a file so I can get my research assistant to work on cleaning up the transcriptions. And I like to teach in the afternoons because I like to have the mornings. Mornings are my best time, so I like to have that time to do more cerebral tasks, things that need more focus and concentration. Need to prep my classes for next week. I like to get ahead. I'm not ahead right now, but I will get ahead. I like to be prepped kind of ahead a few weeks out with my classes, so I'm not doing stuff right at the last minute. So again, I'm not there now, but I will. And with both these classes, like, again, I've taught them before, but I'm always doing new and different things. So I always, fortunately for neither of these classes, I'm not starting from scratch, but I always have updates and changes. And especially for the undergrad class I'm teaching, I'm doing it really differently this time. So a lot of my slides and content I can still use, but I'm kind of merging like the last two iterations of the class that I taught. So there is some work that needs to go into that. And then the biggest thing is I like to get ahead on Canvas, which is our course management system, because I understand that sometimes students want to work ahead. So there's some quizzes and activities and stuff they need to do on there. So I want to get 2 more weeks up on Canvas so that students can work ahead if they need to. And I think that is, oh yeah, and then Thursday night I have small group. And that makes me realize I totally forgot to put book club for Wednesday. And I'm running out of, I should have grabbed a second sheet of these. My schedule has not been very full over the summer, but now it is getting quite busy. Okay, and then Friday, I will run, and Friday will be a busy day too. I have a meeting at 9:30. And then I've got a virtual conference for Christian faculty members in communication, and that, I'm trying to remember how long it is. I think it's 4 hours. So that'll take up, those 2 meetings will take up a lot of the day. So I'm gonna keep my work tasks pretty limited because I'm probably not gonna have a ton of time. Oh yeah, and I did find this missing work sticker. It had gotten pulled off and stuck to something else. So that's what I've got going on Friday. Then on the weekend, I will do weights in the morning. And then we'll have a meeting with our builder. And I'll have a video that I had been planning to post this week, and this past week I was all in my video like, oh, I'm gonna be back doing YouTube more regularly, and then this past week was a little bit busier than I expected, but video that I've got everything prepped that I want to say. I just need to film it. And again, I'm not sure. Let's see, I'll need to do laundry on Saturday, but otherwise I'll see what ends up needing to get filled in with what I need to do. Oh, and I forgot, on Friday I need to run payroll. And then on Sunday we'll have church. And I will do some yoga in the afternoon. And I think that is everything for this week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you all have a great week ahead of you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, everyone.